So in this video, we will learn how to factorize the quadratic polynomial. So the quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c, and we'll take the first case in which a is equal to 1. So the equation will look like this. So x square and then plus bx and plus c. So we'll take two questions in this. So first is your x square plus 7x plus 6. In this we can see that b value is 7 and c value is 6. In the second question which we will do, so in this now it is the variable y. So variable can be different also. So in this we can see again the coefficient of the quadratic term is 1. So that is a equals 1. And the coefficient of xb, here the coefficient is minus 5. So b value is minus 5 and c is 6. So let us start with the first question. So it is x square plus 7x plus 6. So in this case, we have to now consider, so b value as we know, so relating with this form, so we know b is 7 and c is 6. So we have to look here, so the product, so we write b is 6 and the sum is b, which is, so we'll write s, and which is 7. So always, since the a value is 1 here, so in this case we take, normally the product is a times c, so we write it as a is 1 and c is 6, so we write it is 6. And the b value, the sum is the b value, which is 7. So just remember this, and now we start with the factorization. So in this, when we see, so we have to look for the two numbers. So product is 6 and the sum is 7. So look for two numbers whose product is 6. So we keep factorizing it. So let us first factor it. So 1 times 6. So when we see, so 1 times 6, so it is 6. And when we add these two numbers, we get 7. So that means this works for us. So now, so this works. Now we start factorizing. So x square plus then plus 6. So these two terms are written the same. The middle one, which is 7x, will be written with the help of these two. So it will be 1 and write the variable with it, that is x, and plus 6x. Basically we are splitting this one, so 1x plus 6x. Now we take the pairs. Don't put the brackets anytime, just put the pair underline. And in the first two numbers, first two terms, you can see we can factor out x. So it will be x and then plus 1. After that, keep in mind that you are supposed to put this sign here. Sometimes I have seen students, they just put a bracket without realizing that it is wrong. So always, whatever the sign is, just put that sign here. And now in the second underlined pair, we can see we can factor out 6. When you factor out 6, it is x plus 1 then. So what do we have again? Factor which is common. So it is x plus 1. So this is the common factor, and then we are left with this x and this 6. So x, and don't forget the sign again, plus 6. So these are the factors for it. So this is the way we factor it. Now we'll go to the next question. Now in this question, again we compare it with the equation x square plus bx plus c. So first thing we write here, b value is your minus 5, this one, and c is 6. Product is always a value, as in this case we are taking a is 1. So product is always a times c. So product will be your a times c, that is 6. And the sum is always the b, and sum is minus 5. Now we have to again look for the numbers whose product will be 6. So first we always start with 1 times 6. So since we want the answer here to be positive, so we want it as positive. So we see that 1 times 6 is good, but when we add sum, when we add 1 and 6, we don't get minus 5. That means this won't work. So this won't work. Now we check for another pair which is possible. So 6 can be then written as, again the second way we try to write down, so 6 can be written as 2 times 3. So 2 times 3, so it is 6, it works. But we want the sum to be -5, whereas we are getting the sum as +5. So what we can do, since we want the answer to be positive for the product, so we can put minus for both, because we know that when we multiply two negatives, so answer will be positive. And when we add them, so we get -5. That means these terms will work. So we write now, so y square first, and then we write +6, and for the middle one we write with the help of these two. So we write it as -2, and what is the variable in the question? So it is y, so 2y and -3y. Now after this we underline the pair, and now in the first two you can see we factor out y, so we get y -2, and then we have a minus, so put a minus here, and then see out of the next underlined pair what number we can factor out. So we factor out 3. So now here we are left with this y, and here it will be 2. Whenever we factor out a minus, just remember that when we factor out this minus, so this inside sign will change. So this should be written as minus. So we write it as minus here. Now you can see y -2 is again common, so we can factor it out. So we factor out, and then we see these are factored out. So what is left? This is y, and this is 3, and don't forget to put the minus this. So these are the factors, y -2 times y -3. Now pause the video and try this question, and then check your answer on the next slide. So here is the answer. Do check it, and thank you.